Welcome, and thank you for joining me. Tonight, we'll take a slow and fascinating journey into the incredible world of insects, exploring 100 remarkable facts about their extraordinary behaviors, astonishing adaptations, complex societies, and the vital roles they play in ecosystems across the globe. From ants that build living bridges and bees that recognize human faces to glowing fireflies, masterful camouflage, and insects that have survived for hundreds of millions of years, each fact reveals just how extraordinary these tiny creatures truly are. Now, dim the lights, get comfortable, and let's begin with our first fascinating insect fact. Ants can build living bridges. Ants are famous for working together, but some species take teamwork to an extraordinary level by forming living bridges with their own bodies. When faced with a gap that prevents the colony from reaching food, hundreds or even thousands of ants lock their legs together to create a temporary pathway. Other ants simply walk across the living structure while carrying food or supplies. Once the bridge is no longer needed, the ants separate and continue with their normal tasks. This remarkable behavior allows colonies to travel efficiently through forests where branches and leaves create difficult obstacles. Scientists study these living bridges because they demonstrate how simple individual actions can produce highly organized solutions without any single ant directing the group. Butterflies taste with their feet. Although butterflies have long feeding tubes for drinking nectar, they actually use their feet to determine whether a plant is suitable for laying eggs. Tiny sensory organs on their legs detect chemicals released by leaves as soon as they land. If the plant contains the right nutrients for their caterpillars, the butterfly may deposit its eggs there. If not, it quickly flies away in search of a better location. This ability helps ensure that newly hatched caterpillars have the correct food available immediately after emerging. Different butterfly species recognize different plants, which is why many butterflies depend on only a small number of host plants to complete their life cycle. Dragonflies are among nature's most skilled hunters. Dragonflies are incredibly successful predators, capturing the vast majority of the insects they chase. Their large compound eyes provide nearly complete vision around their bodies, allowing them to track moving prey with impressive accuracy. Instead of simply following their target, dragonflies predict where it will fly and intercept it in midair. Their 4 independently controlled wings give them exceptional maneuverability, enabling sudden turns, rapid acceleration, and even backward flight. They commonly feed on mosquitoes, flies, and other small insects while flying. Because dragonflies help control populations of pest insects, they play an important role in maintaining healthy ecosystems around ponds, lakes, wetlands, and slow-moving streams. Bees can recognize human faces. Honeybees have tiny brains compared to humans, yet research has shown they can learn to recognize human faces by identifying patterns. Rather than remembering individual facial features the way people do, bees process combinations of shapes, colors, and arrangements that allow them to distinguish one face from another. This surprising ability demonstrates that complex recognition does not always require a large brain. Bees use similar visual skills when locating flowers and navigating back to their hive after long foraging trips. Their impressive memory allows them to remember rewarding food sources and communicate their locations to other bees through specialized movements known as the waggle dance. Fireflies produce light without creating heat. The glowing light produced by fireflies is one of the most efficient forms of natural illumination on Earth. Inside special organs in their abdomen, a chemical reaction combines oxygen with a light-producing molecule called luciferin in the presence of an enzyme known as luciferase. Nearly all of the energy generated becomes visible light instead of heat, making the process extremely efficient. Fireflies use their flashing signals to attract mates, identify members of their own species, and sometimes even warn predators that they may taste unpleasant. Different species produce unique flash patterns, allowing males and females to recognize one another even in areas where several firefly species live together. Leafcutter ants are expert farmers. Leafcutter ants do not eat the leaves they carry back to their nests. Instead, they use the leaves to grow a special type of fungus that serves as the colony's primary food source. Worker ants carefully cut pieces of vegetation, transport them underground, chew them into small fragments, and prepare them as compost for the fungus. The ants protect their fungal gardens from harmful molds and pests, creating one of nature's oldest examples of agriculture. Scientists estimate that leafcutter ants have been farming fungus for tens of millions of years, long before humans began cultivating crops. Their complex farming system depends on cooperation between millions of individual workers performing specialized jobs. Some beetles can spray boiling chemicals. Bombardier beetles defend themselves using one of the most remarkable chemical weapons in the insect world. When threatened, they mix two stored chemicals inside a specialized chamber within their abdomen. The resulting reaction rapidly heats the mixture close to the boiling point of water while producing gas that forces the hot spray outward in a series of rapid bursts. The beetle can accurately aim this defensive spray toward predators such as spiders, frogs, birds, or ants. Despite the explosive reaction occurring inside its own body, the beetle remains unharmed thanks to specialized structures that safely contain and release the chemicals only when necessary. Cicadas can spend years underground. Many cicadas spend far more time beneath the ground than above it. After hatching, young cicadas burrow into the soil and feed on fluids drawn from tree roots. Depending on the species, they may remain underground for several years before finally emerging as adults. Some famous North American species spend 13 or even 17 years developing below the surface before millions appear almost simultaneously. This synchronized emergence overwhelms predators because there are simply too many cicadas for birds and other animals to consume. After mating and laying eggs, the adult cicadas die within a few weeks, completing one of the longest life cycles among insects. Praying mantises have lightning-fast reflexes. Praying mantises are patient ambush predators that often remain perfectly still while waiting for prey to approach. When an insect comes within range, the mantis strikes with its folded front legs in only a fraction of a second. Sharp spines on these specialized legs help grip struggling prey before it can escape. Their triangular heads can rotate much farther than those of most insects, giving them an excellent view of their surroundings without moving their bodies. Mantises rely heavily on camouflage, blending into leaves, flowers, or branches while remaining nearly invisible to both prey and predators. Their combination of patience, speed, and precision makes them highly effective hunters. Termite mounds can regulate temperature naturally. Some termite species build enormous mounds that function like natural climate control systems. Although temperatures outside may change dramatically throughout the day, the inside of the mound remains surprisingly stable. A network of tunnels and ventilation shafts allows warm air to rise while cooler air flows inward, creating continuous circulation without mechanical equipment. This stable environment is essential for the termites and for the fungi cultivated by certain species as a food source. Engineers have studied termite mounds while designing energy-efficient buildings because their natural ventilation systems demonstrate how architecture can reduce the need for artificial heating and cooling. Mosquitoes do not all drink blood. Mosquitoes are often associated with biting people, but only females of many species feed on blood. They require the extra protein and nutrients to produce eggs. Male mosquitoes survive entirely on nectar and other sugary plant juices throughout their lives. Even female mosquitoes spend much of their time feeding on flower nectar between blood meals. Out of thousands of mosquito species worldwide, only a relatively small number regularly bite humans or spread diseases. Despite their reputation as pests, mosquitoes also serve as food for fish, birds, bats, dragonflies, and many other animals, making them part of complex food webs in aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. Stick insects can disappear in plain sight. Stick insects are masters of camouflage, resembling twigs, branches, or even pieces of bark so closely that predators often overlook them completely. Many species remain motionless during the day and become active at night when birds are less likely to spot them. Some gently sway back and forth, mimicking branches moving in the wind and making their disguise even more convincing. Their camouflage protects them from predators including birds, reptiles, and small mammals. Certain species can even regrow lost legs after molting during their juvenile stages, giving them another chance to survive attacks that would otherwise leave them permanently injured. Dung beetles help keep ecosystems clean. Dung beetles perform one of nature's most important cleanup jobs by feeding on animal waste. Many species roll dung into neat balls and transport it away from the original pile before burying it underground. Others tunnel directly beneath the dung and store it below the surface. This behavior removes waste from the landscape while returning valuable nutrients to the soil. It also reduces breeding sites for flies and helps disperse seeds that have passed through grazing animals. Farmers benefit greatly from dung beetles because healthier soils and reduced pest populations contribute to more productive grasslands and healthier livestock. Some caterpillars can mimic snakes. Certain caterpillars have evolved remarkable defensive displays that make them resemble small snakes. When threatened, they pull their heads inward and inflate the front part of their bodies, exposing large eye-like markings that resemble the eyes of a snake. Some even sway back and forth as if preparing to strike. Although they are completely harmless, this convincing imitation can startle birds and other predators long enough for the caterpillar to escape. Mimicry like this has evolved through natural selection over millions of years, increasing the chances that individuals capable of frightening predators survive long enough to reproduce. Ladybugs are valuable garden helpers. Ladybugs are among the most beneficial insects found in gardens because many species feed on aphids, scale insects, mites, and other plant pests. A single ladybug may consume dozens of aphids in one day, while its larvae often eat even more than the adults. By naturally controlling pest populations, ladybugs reduce the need for chemical pesticides in many agricultural and home gardening settings. Their bright red, orange, or yellow colors combined with black spots serve as warning signals to predators. If threatened, many ladybugs release a foul-smelling fluid from their leg joints, discouraging birds and other animals from eating them. Wasps build remarkably diverse nests. Not all wasps construct the familiar paper nests seen hanging from trees or buildings. Different species build homes using mud, chewed wood fibers, plant stems, underground tunnels, or existing holes in wood. Potter wasps create small vase-shaped nests from mud, while paper wasps chew weathered wood into a pulp that dries into lightweight but surprisingly strong structures. Solitary wasps often care for their own nests without assistance, whereas social species cooperate in large colonies with queens and workers. This incredible variety of nesting strategies allows wasps to thrive in habitats ranging from deserts and forests to grasslands and urban environments. Grasshoppers hear with their abdomen. Unlike humans, grasshoppers do not hear with ears located on their heads. Many species possess hearing organs called tympanal membranes on the sides of their abdomen. These thin membranes vibrate when sound waves reach them, allowing the insect to detect the calls of potential mates and the movements of predators. Grasshoppers also produce sounds by rubbing their hind legs against their wings or body, a behavior known as stridulation. Different species create distinctive songs that help individuals recognize members of their own species. Sound communication plays a major role during the breeding season when males compete for the attention of females. Aphids can give birth without mating. During favorable conditions, many aphid species reproduce through a process called parthenogenesis, allowing females to produce living daughters without mating. These daughters are often born already carrying developing embryos of the next generation, enabling populations to increase at an astonishing rate. When environmental conditions change, such as the arrival of colder weather, many aphids switch back to sexual reproduction and produce eggs that can survive winter. This flexible reproductive strategy helps aphids quickly exploit abundant food supplies while also enduring seasonal changes. Their rapid population growth explains why aphid outbreaks can occur so suddenly in gardens and agricultural fields. Moths are important nighttime pollinators. Although butterflies receive much attention for pollinating flowers, many plants rely heavily on moths instead. Most moths become active after sunset, visiting pale or strongly scented flowers that are easier to locate in low light. As they drink nectar, pollen sticks to their bodies and is carried from flower to flower, allowing plants to reproduce. Some flowers have evolved specifically to attract nocturnal pollinators by releasing their strongest fragrances during the evening. Healthy moth populations therefore contribute not only to wild ecosystems, but also to the reproduction of numerous flowering plants that depend on nighttime visitors. Insects were flying long before birds existed. Insects became the first animals to achieve powered flight hundreds of millions of years before birds or bats appeared. The evolution of wings opened entirely new opportunities, allowing insects to escape predators, search for food more efficiently, colonize distant habitats, and find mates over much larger areas. Over time, different insect groups developed a remarkable variety of flight styles, from the hovering abilities of hoverflies to the rapid aerial maneuvers of dragonflies and the long-distance migrations of butterflies. The success of flight helped insects become one of the most diverse groups of animals on Earth, with well over 1 million described species and many more still awaiting discovery. Honeybees can tell time. Honeybees have an impressive internal clock that helps them remember when certain flowers are most likely to produce nectar. If a particular type of flower consistently offers food during the morning, bees learn to visit it at that time of day. Later, they may fly to completely different flowers that bloom or produce nectar in the afternoon. This ability allows colonies to collect food more efficiently without wasting energy searching empty blossoms. Scientists have demonstrated that bees can remember daily schedules even when weather conditions change slightly. Their remarkable sense of time works together with their memory and navigation skills, helping them maximize the amount of nectar and pollen they bring back to the hive. Cockroaches are older than dinosaurs. The ancestors of modern cockroaches lived on Earth hundreds of millions of years ago, long before dinosaurs appeared. Although today's cockroaches are not identical to their ancient relatives, they share many successful adaptations that have allowed their lineage to survive dramatic environmental changes, including mass extinctions. Their flattened bodies help them squeeze into narrow spaces, while their flexible diets allow them to consume a wide variety of organic materials. Cockroaches also reproduce efficiently and can tolerate conditions that many other insects cannot. Their long evolutionary history demonstrates how adaptable body designs and versatile feeding habits can help a group of animals persist through countless changes over geological time. Hoverflies are masters of disguise. Many hoverflies closely resemble bees or wasps even though they cannot sting. This form of protective mimicry discourages predators such as birds from attacking because the insects appear dangerous. Hoverflies are actually harmless flies that feed on nectar and pollen, making them valuable pollinators in gardens and natural habitats. Their ability to hover almost motionless in the air before suddenly darting away also makes them easy to recognize. While adults help pollinate flowers, the larvae of many hoverfly species feed on aphids, providing an additional benefit by naturally reducing populations of plant pests in farms and home gardens. Jewel beetles shine without pigments. The brilliant metallic colors of jewel beetles are not created by ordinary pigments like those found in paint. Instead, their shells contain microscopic layers that reflect and scatter light in specific ways, producing dazzling shades of green, blue, gold, and purple. This phenomenon is known as structural coloration and can create colors that remain vibrant for many years because they do not fade in the same way as chemical pigments. Scientists study these natural structures while developing new materials for technology and engineering. The striking appearance of jewel beetles also helps them blend into shiny leaves and bark, making them less visible to predators in certain environments. Fleas can jump astonishing distances. Fleas are among the greatest jumpers in the animal kingdom relative to their size. Before taking off, they store energy inside a spring-like protein called resilin, which functions much like a stretched rubber band. When released, this stored energy launches the flea into the air with incredible speed. Some fleas can jump more than 100 times their own body length, allowing them to reach passing animals on which they feed. Their flattened bodies and powerful legs make them highly specialized for life among the fur or feathers of their hosts. These remarkable athletic abilities have fascinated scientists studying efficient methods of energy storage and movement. Antlions build deadly sand traps. The larvae of antlions spend much of their lives hidden beneath loose sand while waiting for prey. Using their heads and bodies, they dig perfectly shaped cone-shaped pits that become natural traps for ants and other small insects. When an unsuspecting insect slips into the pit, the loose sand causes it to slide toward the center. If the prey tries to climb out, the antlion throws tiny showers of sand upward, making escape even more difficult. Once the victim reaches the bottom, the larva grabs it with powerful jaws. This clever hunting strategy allows antlions to catch food while expending very little energy. Water striders walk across ponds. Water striders appear to perform an impossible feat by walking across the surface of ponds and slow-moving streams without sinking. Their long legs are covered with tiny hairs that repel water and trap microscopic pockets of air. Combined with the natural surface tension of water, these adaptations allow the insects to remain supported above the surface. Water striders detect vibrations created by struggling insects that fall into the water and quickly skate toward them as predators. Their lightweight bodies and specialized legs have inspired engineers researching ways to design water-repellent materials and robots capable of moving across liquid surfaces. Earwigs are better mothers than many people realize. Despite the myths surrounding them, earwigs are harmless insects that display surprisingly attentive parental care. Female earwigs guard their eggs for weeks, protecting them from predators and fungi while carefully cleaning them to reduce the risk of infection. After the young hatch, the mother continues caring for them by providing food and defending them until they are old enough to survive independently. This level of parental investment is relatively uncommon among insects, many of which lay eggs and provide no further care. Earwigs demonstrate that even small insects can exhibit complex behaviors that increase the survival of their offspring. Some moths migrate thousands of kilometers. While the migration of monarch butterflies is well known, several moth species also undertake extraordinary long-distance journeys. Certain moths travel hundreds or even thousands of kilometers while following favorable winds and seasonal changes. Along the way, they help pollinate flowers and serve as an important food source for birds, bats, and other wildlife. Scientists use radar and tracking techniques to study these nighttime migrations, revealing that enormous numbers of moths move across continents each year. Their journeys play an important role in connecting ecosystems by transporting pollen and contributing to food webs across vast geographic regions. Velvet ants are actually wasps. Despite their common name, velvet ants are not ants at all. They belong to a group of solitary wasps, and the females are wingless, giving them an ant-like appearance. Their bodies are covered with dense, brightly colored hairs that warn predators to stay away. Many species possess an extremely painful sting, earning some the nickname cow killers, although they are not capable of harming cattle. Their vivid colors are examples of warning coloration, advertising their strong defenses before predators attempt an attack. Males, unlike females, usually have wings and spend much of their time searching for mates. Lacewings are natural pest controllers. Adult lacewings are delicate insects with transparent wings that resemble fine lace, but their larvae are fierce predators. Often called aphid lions, the young feed on aphids, mites, whiteflies, and many other soft-bodied insects that damage crops and garden plants. A single lacewing larva can consume hundreds of aphids during its development. Because of their appetite for agricultural pests, lacewings are widely valued as natural biological control agents. Encouraging healthy lacewing populations allows farmers and gardeners to reduce pesticide use while maintaining healthier plants and supporting biodiversity within local ecosystems. Some beetles can survive freezing temperatures. Several beetle species have evolved remarkable strategies for surviving harsh winters. Instead of avoiding freezing conditions entirely, they produce special proteins and natural antifreeze compounds that protect their cells from damage. Some species prevent ice crystals from forming inside their bodies, while others control exactly where freezing occurs to minimize injury. These adaptations allow beetles to remain alive even after being exposed to temperatures far below freezing. Scientists study these natural survival mechanisms because they may improve methods for preserving organs, tissues, and other biological materials intended for medical use. Walking sticks can reproduce without males. In several species of walking sticks, females are capable of reproducing without mating through parthenogenesis. Their unfertilized eggs develop into healthy offspring that are usually female and genetically similar to their mother. This ability allows populations to continue growing even when males are scarce or absent. Although sexual reproduction still occurs in many species, this alternative strategy provides flexibility in changing environments. Walking sticks are already highly successful because of their excellent camouflage, and the ability to reproduce independently further increases their chances of surviving in habitats where finding a mate may be difficult. Robber flies hunt other flying insects. Robber flies are powerful aerial predators that capture other insects while both are in flight. They typically perch in open areas, watching carefully for passing prey before launching into a rapid pursuit. Once they catch their target, they inject digestive saliva that quickly immobilizes it and begins breaking down internal tissues. The fly then consumes the liquefied contents while resting on a nearby perch. Robber flies feed on a wide range of insects, including flies, beetles, bees, wasps, and even dragonflies. Their excellent eyesight and lightning-fast reactions make them among the most formidable hunters in the insect world. Weevils have one of the most distinctive shapes. Weevils are easily recognized by their elongated snouts, which are actually extensions of their heads. At the end of the snout are specialized mouthparts used for feeding and, in many species, for drilling small holes into seeds, nuts, or plant stems before laying eggs. The developing larvae hatch inside these protected food sources, where they feed safely until they mature. With tens of thousands of known species, weevils represent one of the largest groups of beetles on Earth. Their incredible diversity allows them to occupy habitats ranging from tropical forests to farmland and even stored grain facilities. Caddisflea larvae build protective homes. Young caddisfleas spend much of their lives underwater, constructing portable protective cases from materials found in streams and ponds. Depending on the species, they may use tiny stones, sand grains, twigs, leaves, or even empty snail shells, carefully attaching each piece together with silk produced from glands near their mouths. These cases provide excellent protection from predators while also helping anchor the larvae against flowing water. As they grow, the insects enlarge their cases by adding new materials. Scientists often study caddisflea populations because their presence or absence provides valuable information about the health and cleanliness of freshwater ecosystems. Assassin bugs use clever hunting tactics. Assassin bugs earned their name because of their effective predatory behavior. Many species patiently wait for insects to wander within reach before striking with a sharp, needle-like mouthpart. They inject saliva containing digestive enzymes that quickly paralyze the prey and begin breaking down its tissues internally. The bug then drinks the liquefied contents, leaving behind an empty outer shell. Some assassin bugs even coat themselves with dust or the remains of previous meals to improve their camouflage. By feeding on many agricultural pests, these insects often provide important natural pest control in gardens and crop fields. Treehoppers wear extraordinary natural helmets. Treehoppers are small insects famous for the unusual shapes growing above their bodies. These structures, which are extensions of the thorax, resemble thorns, leaves, seeds, fungi, or even tiny horns depending on the species. Such remarkable forms help disguise the insects while they feed on plant sap, making them difficult for predators to recognize. Scientists continue studying how these elaborate structures evolved because they represent some of the most unusual body shapes found anywhere in the insect world. Their incredible diversity highlights the creativity of evolution in producing effective camouflage. Mayflies live brief adult lives. Mayflies are well known for their exceptionally short adult stage. After spending months or even years developing underwater as aquatic nymphs, they emerge as winged adults whose primary purpose is reproduction. Many adult mayflies survive for only a day or two, and some species live for just a few hours. During this brief period, they mate, lay eggs, and die. Although their adult lives are short, mayflies play a vital ecological role by transferring nutrients from freshwater habitats to surrounding land and serving as food for fish, birds, spiders, and numerous other animals. Insects communicate in many different ways. Although insects cannot speak like humans, They communicate using an impressive variety of signals. Some produce sounds by rubbing body parts together, while others flash lights, release chemical scents called pheromones, create vibrations through plants, or perform complex movements such as the honeybee waggle dance. These communication methods help insects find mates, warn colony members about danger, locate food, defend territories, and coordinate group activities. Different species often rely on combinations of several communication techniques at once. The enormous diversity of insect communication demonstrates that even animals with tiny brains have evolved sophisticated ways of sharing important information with one another. Butterfly wings are covered in tiny scales. The colorful wings of butterflies may appear smooth from a distance, but they are actually covered with thousands of microscopic scales arranged like overlapping roof tiles. These scales give butterflies their brilliant colors through a combination of pigments and microscopic structures that reflect light. If some scales rub off after contact with a flower or a person's fingers, the butterfly can still fly because the scales are not essential for producing lift. They also help regulate body temperature, repel water, and create patterns used for camouflage or attracting mates. Scientists study butterfly wing scales because their unique structures have inspired advances in optical technology, waterproof materials, and color-producing surfaces. Ant colonies can function like a superorganism. An individual ant has limited abilities, but an entire colony can behave almost like a single living organism. Each ant performs specialized tasks such as gathering food, caring for young, defending the nest, or maintaining tunnels. No single ant controls the colony, yet chemical signals and simple interactions allow thousands or even millions of individuals to work together efficiently. If conditions change, workers can quickly switch roles to meet the colony's needs. This decentralized organization has fascinated researchers studying robotics, artificial intelligence, and transportation systems because it demonstrates how complex problems can be solved without a central leader directing every action. Some bees sleep inside flowers. Not all bees return to a hive at the end of the day. Many solitary bee species spend the night resting inside flowers, where the petals provide shelter from wind and predators. As evening approaches, these bees crawl deep into blossoms and remain there until sunrise, often gripping the flower with their jaws or legs while they sleep. The flower offers a relatively safe and sheltered place until the bee resumes foraging the next morning. This behavior also allows the bee to begin collecting nectar and pollen as soon as the flower becomes active again, giving it an advantage over insects arriving later. Atlas moths have wings that resemble snake heads. The atlas moth is one of the largest moths in the world, and the tips of its wings resemble the heads of small snakes. When disturbed, the moth may slowly move its wings, making the snake-like markings appear even more convincing. This unusual form of mimicry can frighten birds and other predators, giving the moth an opportunity to escape. Adult atlas moths do not eat because they lack functional mouthparts. Instead, they survive entirely on the energy stored during their caterpillar stage, living only long enough to mate and lay eggs before their brief adult lives come to an end. Desert ants navigate without leaving scent trails. Many ants rely on chemical trails to find their way, but desert ants often cannot because the intense heat quickly destroys these scent markers. Instead, they navigate by using the position of the sun, patterns of polarized light in the sky, and by counting their own steps. This remarkable combination of navigation methods allows them to travel surprisingly long distances across seemingly featureless deserts before returning directly to their nests. Scientists have tested this ability through creative experiments and discovered that altering the length of an ant's legs affects how accurately it judges distance, providing insight into how insects measure their journeys. Glowworm larvae use light to hunt. Despite their name, glowworms are not actually worms. In many regions, they are the larvae of beetles or flies that produce their own light through a chemical reaction. Some species use this glow to attract insects searching for open spaces. As the prey approaches the light, it becomes trapped in sticky threads hanging nearby, allowing the glowworm to capture and consume it. Other glowworms use their light primarily to warn predators or communicate with members of their own species. Their natural bioluminescence remains one of the most fascinating adaptations found among insects living in caves, forests, and wetlands. Soldier termites defend their colonies with specialized weapons. Within many termite colonies, soldier termites have only one primary job: protecting the nest. Unlike workers, soldiers often possess enormous jaws that are too large for gathering food efficiently. Some species instead have nozzle-shaped heads that spray sticky or irritating defensive chemicals at invading ants and other predators. Because these soldiers cannot feed themselves properly, worker termites provide them with food throughout their lives. This division of labor allows every member of the colony to specialize in tasks that improve the survival of the entire community, making termite societies among the most organized in the insect world. Mosquitoes can detect carbon dioxide from a distance. Female mosquitoes locate potential hosts using several different senses, one of the most important being their ability to detect carbon dioxide released during breathing. Specialized receptors on their antennae can sense tiny increases in carbon dioxide concentration from surprisingly long distances. As the mosquito flies closer, it combines this information with body heat, moisture, skin odors, and movement to pinpoint its target. This sophisticated tracking system helps explain why mosquitoes sometimes seem to find people even in darkness. Researchers continue studying these sensory abilities in hopes of developing better methods for preventing mosquito bites and reducing the spread of disease. Paper wasps build homes one fiber at a time. Paper wasps create their nests by collecting weathered wood from fences, tree branches, and old logs. They chew the wood into a soft pulp, mix it with saliva, and spread the material into thin layers that dry into lightweight paper-like structures. Over time, they add new cells where larvae develop while expanding the nest as the colony grows. Each hexagonal cell is carefully constructed to maximize strength while minimizing the amount of material required. The finished nest is surprisingly durable despite being made entirely from natural ingredients gathered by the wasps themselves. Crickets use songs to find mates. Male crickets produce their familiar chirping sounds by rubbing specially adapted parts of their wings together. This process, known as stridulation, creates vibrations that females can recognize from considerable distances. Each species has its own characteristic rhythm and pitch, helping females identify suitable mates even when several cricket species live in the same habitat. The speed of a cricket's chirping often changes with temperature because warmer conditions increase the insect's activity. Scientists have even developed simple formulas that estimate air temperature by counting the number of chirps produced within a certain amount of time by particular cricket species. Diving beetles carry their own air supply. Diving beetles spend much of their lives underwater, but like all insects, they must breathe air. Before diving beneath the surface, they trap a bubble of air beneath their hardened wing covers. This bubble functions as a temporary oxygen supply while the beetle swims in search of prey. As oxygen is used, additional oxygen dissolved in the surrounding water gradually diffuses into the bubble, extending the time the beetle can remain submerged. Eventually, however, the beetle must return to the surface to replenish its air supply before beginning another underwater hunting expedition. Aphids form partnerships with ants. Many ant species protect colonies of aphids because the aphids produce a sweet liquid known as honeydew. Worker ants gently stroke the aphids with their antennae, encouraging them to release droplets of this sugary substance, which the ants then collect as food. In return, the ants defend the aphids from predators such as ladybugs and lacewing larvae. Some ants even carry aphids to fresh plants when food becomes scarce and shelter their eggs during winter. This mutually beneficial relationship demonstrates how different insect species can cooperate in ways that increase the survival of both partners. Some caterpillars build portable shelters. Certain caterpillars construct protective cases from leaves, twigs, or bits of bark that they carry wherever they go. Using silk as a natural adhesive, they carefully attach materials together until they form a strong portable shelter that hides the soft-bodied insect from predators. As the caterpillar grows, it enlarges the case by adding new pieces to the outside. The shelter also provides protection from harsh weather and helps the caterpillar blend into its surroundings. These remarkable builders demonstrate that complex construction behavior is not limited to adult insects but can also be found during their larval stages. Fireflies synchronize their flashing displays. In some parts of the world, entire groups of fireflies flash their lights in perfect unison. Instead of blinking randomly, thousands of individuals produce synchronized bursts of light that ripple through forests like waves. Scientists believe this coordinated flashing helps males attract females more effectively while making it easier for insects of the same species to locate one another. The synchronization occurs without a leader directing the display, as each firefly adjusts its timing by observing nearby flashes. These spectacular natural light shows attract visitors from around the world and continue to inspire research into synchronization in biological systems. Sawflies are related to wasps. Although sawflies resemble flies because they lack the narrow waist seen in many wasps, they actually belong to the same larger group as bees and wasps. Females possess a saw-like egg-laying structure that allows them to cut into leaves or stems before depositing their eggs. The larvae often resemble caterpillars but can usually be distinguished by differences in their legs and body features. Many species feed on plants, while others play important roles within forest ecosystems. Their unusual appearance often causes them to be mistaken for completely different types of insects. Goliath beetles are among the heaviest insects. Goliath beetles rank among the largest and heaviest insects known. Adult beetles have strong legs equipped with sharp claws that allow them to climb tree trunks and branches with ease. Their larvae are even heavier than the adults and require protein-rich diets during development to support their rapid growth. Despite their impressive size, adult Goliath beetles mainly feed on tree sap and ripe fruit. Their striking black and white patterns make them some of the most recognizable beetles in tropical African forests, where they spend much of their lives among the upper branches of large trees. Insects molt as they grow. Unlike mammals, insects have hard outer skeletons that cannot stretch as the body grows. To become larger, an insect must periodically shed its old exoskeleton through a process called molting. Before each molt, a new, larger exoskeleton forms beneath the old one. The insect then splits the old covering and carefully pulls itself free. At first, the new exoskeleton is soft and flexible, allowing the body to expand before it gradually hardens. This process occurs multiple times during development until the insect reaches its adult size, after which many species no longer molt. Stink bugs defend themselves with powerful odors. When threatened, stink bugs release strong-smelling chemicals from specialized glands located on their bodies. These odors discourage many predators, including birds, spiders, and small mammals, from attempting to eat them. The defensive chemicals can linger for quite some time, making the unpleasant experience memorable for would-be attackers. Bright colors displayed by some species reinforce this warning by signaling that they are not an easy meal. Although people may find the smell unpleasant, it is an effective survival strategy that has evolved over millions of years to reduce the likelihood of predation. Some flies are excellent pollinators. Bees often receive most of the attention for pollinating flowers, but many fly species are equally important. Hoverflies, bee flies, and numerous other groups visit blossoms while feeding on nectar and pollen, transferring pollen between flowers in the process. In cooler climates or at higher elevations where bees may be less active, flies can become especially valuable pollinators. Certain crops and wild plants depend heavily on these overlooked insects for successful reproduction. Their contribution reminds us that healthy ecosystems rely on the combined efforts of many different pollinating species rather than a single group alone. Insects are the most diverse animal group on Earth. Insects represent the largest and most diverse group of animals ever discovered. Scientists have formally described well over 1 million insect species, yet many experts believe several million more remain unidentified, particularly in tropical forests. They occupy nearly every environment on Earth, from deserts and mountaintops to freshwater streams and underground caves. Their extraordinary diversity results from hundreds of millions of years of evolution, during which insects developed countless specialized adaptations for feeding, reproduction, defense, and survival. This incredible variety makes insects essential components of ecosystems worldwide, where they pollinate plants, recycle nutrients, control pest populations, and provide food for countless other animals. Monarch butterflies complete one of nature's greatest migrations. Every autumn, millions of monarch butterflies begin an extraordinary journey that can span thousands of kilometers. Individuals born late in the summer travel south to warmer regions, where they spend the winter before beginning the return trip. Remarkably, no single butterfly completes the entire round journey. Instead, several generations work together over the course of a year to complete the migration cycle. Scientists are still studying how monarchs navigate so accurately using the sun, Earth's magnetic field, and internal biological clocks. Their annual migration remains one of the longest and most impressive insect movements ever recorded, connecting ecosystems across entire continents. Ants can rescue trapped nestmates. Some ant species have been observed helping injured or trapped members of their colony. When an ant becomes buried under soil or captured by loose debris, nearby workers may dig it free or even carry it back to the nest. Certain species respond to distress chemicals released by injured ants, allowing rescuers to quickly locate individuals in trouble. This cooperative behavior improves the survival of the colony by protecting valuable workers that contribute to food gathering, nest construction, and brood care. Such rescue behavior demonstrates that insect societies can display surprisingly sophisticated forms of cooperation beyond simply working together to collect food. Orchid bees collect fragrances instead of nectar. Male orchid bees spend much of their lives searching for strongly scented flowers, tree bark, and even certain fungi. Rather than collecting these fragrances for food, they store the aromatic compounds inside special structures on their legs. Scientists believe the males later release these collected scents during courtship displays to attract females. Each bee creates its own unique blend of fragrances gathered from many different sources throughout the forest. This unusual behavior makes orchid bees important pollinators because they visit a wide variety of flowers while searching for new scents to add to their growing collection. Whirligig beetles see above and below water at the same time. Whirligig beetles have one of the most unusual eye designs in the insect world. Each eye is divided into two separate sections, allowing the beetle to look above the water's surface and below it simultaneously. This adaptation helps the beetle watch for predators such as birds while also searching for prey or avoiding fish beneath the water. Their rapid spinning movements across ponds and lakes make them difficult for predators to catch. By constantly monitoring two different environments at once, whirligig beetles gain an important survival advantage in their aquatic habitats. Army ants create temporary cities. Unlike many ants that build permanent nests, army ants live as highly mobile colonies that constantly move in search of food. During periods of travel, thousands of workers join their bodies together to create a temporary living nest called a bivouac. The queen and developing larvae remain protected inside the structure while the workers form the outer walls using only their own bodies. After a short time, the entire colony dismantles the bivouac and marches to a new location. This remarkable lifestyle allows army ants to exploit food sources over large areas without becoming dependent on a single nesting site. Water boatmen can produce surprisingly loud sounds. Although they measure only a few millimeters in length, some water boatmen generate sounds that are remarkably loud for their size. Males produce these calls by rubbing parts of their bodies together beneath the water's surface. Relative to their body size, the sounds rank among the loudest produced by any known animal. Scientists believe these underwater songs help attract mates during the breeding season. The tiny insects spend much of their lives swimming through ponds and lakes, feeding primarily on algae and other small aquatic organisms while avoiding fish and aquatic insects that hunt them. Honey ants turn their bodies into living food storage. In certain ant species, specialized workers known as repletes serve as living storage containers for food. Other ants feed these workers until their abdomens swell to many times their normal size, becoming filled with sugary liquids. During periods when food is scarce, the colony gently stimulates the repletes to release stored nourishment, providing an emergency food supply for nestmates. These living storage ants remain hanging from the ceilings of underground chambers while serving the colony. This remarkable adaptation helps colonies survive droughts and seasonal shortages in some of the world's harshest environments. Dobsonflies have enormous jaws. Male dobsonflies are famous for their spectacular jaws, which can grow almost as long as the rest of their body. Although these oversized mandibles appear intimidating, they are relatively weak and are used mainly during contests with other males rather than for attacking predators. Females possess much shorter but stronger jaws capable of delivering a noticeable pinch if handled. The aquatic larvae, known as hellgrammites, spend several years living beneath rocks in clean streams before emerging as winged adults. Because their larvae require unpolluted water, dobsonflies are often considered indicators of healthy freshwater ecosystems. Some wasps turn wood into paper. Paper wasps, hornets, and yellow jackets manufacture one of nature's earliest paper products. They scrape weathered wood from fences, tree trunks, and branches using their strong jaws before chewing it into fine fibers. After mixing the fibers with saliva, they spread the material into thin sheets that dry into durable paper-like walls. Despite its lightweight construction, this natural paper provides excellent protection for developing larvae. The hexagonal cells inside the nest efficiently maximize available space while using minimal building material, demonstrating an impressive example of natural engineering. Mole crickets spend much of their lives underground. Mole crickets are highly specialized insects adapted for digging through soil. Their enlarged front legs resemble miniature shovels, allowing them to create extensive tunnel systems beneath lawns, fields, and grasslands. These underground passages provide protection from predators while helping the insects locate roots, worms, and other food sources. Male mole crickets often construct specially shaped burrows that amplify their mating calls, making them much louder to nearby females. Their unusual lifestyle demonstrates how insects can become highly adapted to environments hidden almost entirely beneath the ground. Carrion beetles help recycle dead animals. Carrion beetles perform an essential ecological service by feeding on the remains of dead animals. Some species bury small carcasses beneath the soil before laying their eggs nearby. The buried remains provide a rich food source for developing larvae while also reducing competition from flies. Adult carrion beetles often remove fur or feathers from the carcass and coat it with antimicrobial secretions that slow decomposition caused by harmful microbes. This remarkable behavior helps recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem while supporting future generations of beetles in a carefully prepared environment. Katydids blend perfectly into leaves. Katydids are masters of camouflage, with wings that closely resemble green leaves complete with veins, irregular edges, and even spots that mimic insect damage. When resting among vegetation, they become nearly impossible to detect unless they move. Some species enhance the illusion by gently swaying like leaves blowing in the wind. This camouflage protects them from birds, reptiles, and other predators that hunt by sight. Although difficult to spot during the day, katydids often reveal their presence at night through loud songs produced by males searching for mates. Carpenter bees are skilled woodworkers. Unlike termites, carpenter bees do not eat wood. Instead, females carefully chew perfectly round entrance holes into untreated wood before excavating long tunnels where they lay their eggs. Each developing larva receives a supply of pollen and nectar sealed within its own chamber. Over time, the tunnels may be reused and expanded by future generations. Although they sometimes become pests around wooden structures, carpenter bees are also valuable pollinators that visit many flowering plants. Their impressive excavation skills demonstrate how insects can modify natural materials to create safe environments for raising their young. Glowworm females can remain larva-like. In several glowworm species, adult females never develop the winged appearance typical of most insects. Instead, they retain a larva-like body throughout adulthood while becoming capable of reproduction, a phenomenon known as neoteny. These wingless females remain on vegetation or cave walls, using bright glowing signals to attract flying males. Once mating occurs, the female lays eggs before eventually dying. This unusual life cycle shows that not every insect follows the familiar pattern of transforming into a winged adult, highlighting the incredible diversity of insect development. Backswimmers swim upside down. Backswimmers are aquatic insects that spend much of their lives swimming with their backs facing downward and their bellies pointing toward the surface. This unusual orientation allows them to spot prey silhouetted above, while remaining ready to capture insects that fall onto the water. They carry bubbles of air beneath their bodies, enabling them to breathe while submerged. Their long hind legs function like oars, allowing them to move rapidly through ponds and lakes. Despite their small size, backswimmers are effective predators capable of catching mosquito larvae and other aquatic invertebrates. Jewel wasps have brilliant metallic colors. Jewel wasps are among the most colorful insects known, displaying shimmering shades of emerald green, sapphire blue, and bright gold. These dazzling colors result largely from microscopic structures that reflect light rather than from pigments alone. Many jewel wasps are parasitoids, meaning their larvae develop inside or on other insects without immediately killing their hosts. Adults spend much of their time searching for suitable hosts in bark, wood, or plant stems. Their metallic appearance has fascinated scientists and collectors for centuries, while illustrating the incredible diversity of insect coloration. Crane flies are often mistaken for giant mosquitoes. Crane flies are frequently confused with oversized mosquitoes because of their long legs and slender bodies. However, most adult crane flies do not bite people or feed on blood at all. Many adults consume only nectar or do not feed during their short lives. Their larvae, commonly called leather jackets, develop in moist soil or freshwater habitats where they feed on decaying plant material or roots depending on the species. Although their appearance sometimes alarms people, crane flies are harmless insects that play important roles in nutrient recycling and as food for birds, fish, and other wildlife. Insect wings cannot repair major damage. Unlike human skin, insect wings contain no living cells once they are fully developed. If a butterfly tears its wing or a dragonfly loses part of one, the damaged area cannot heal or regrow. Minor wear is common as insects age, especially after frequent flying or escaping predators. Even with damaged wings, many insects continue flying surprisingly well by adjusting their wing movements to compensate for missing sections. Researchers studying insect flight have discovered that many species remain remarkably maneuverable despite injuries that would appear severe to human observers. Parasitoid wasps help control insect populations. Parasitoid wasps play an important role in maintaining balanced ecosystems by laying their eggs on or inside other insects. As the larvae develop, they feed on the host gradually, allowing it to remain alive for much of the process. Eventually, the mature larvae emerge and continue their own life cycle. Although this strategy may seem unusual, it naturally limits populations of many insects that could otherwise become serious agricultural pests. Farmers often encourage beneficial parasitoid wasps because they provide effective biological pest control without relying on chemical pesticides. Insects have survived for hundreds of millions of years. The history of insects stretches back more than 400 million years, making them one of the oldest successful groups of animals on Earth. Throughout that immense span of time, they survived dramatic climate changes, shifting continents, volcanic eruptions, ice ages, and even the mass extinction that ended the age of the dinosaurs. Their success comes from remarkable adaptability, rapid reproduction, specialized body designs, and the ability to occupy almost every available habitat. Today, insects continue to shape ecosystems around the world by pollinating plants, recycling nutrients, controlling populations of other organisms, and providing food for countless species. Damselflies are close relatives of dragonflies. At first glance, damselflies look very similar to dragonflies, but several features set them apart. Damselflies usually have slimmer bodies and fold their wings neatly over their backs when resting, while most dragonflies hold their wings out to the sides. Their eyes are also separated, unlike the large touching eyes of many dragonflies. Both insects spend the early part of their lives underwater as aquatic nymphs before emerging as winged adults. Like their larger relatives, Damselflies are agile hunters that feed on mosquitoes, flies, and other small insects, making them valuable predators in wetlands, ponds, and slow-moving streams. Harvester ants create underground cities. Harvester ants build impressive underground nests that may extend several meters below the surface. These colonies contain a network of tunnels connected to specialized chambers used for storing seeds, raising larvae, housing the queen, and disposing of waste. Worker ants gather seeds from surrounding vegetation and carry them back to the nest, where they serve as an important food supply during periods when fresh resources are scarce. The carefully organized layout helps regulate temperature and humidity while allowing thousands of ants to move efficiently through the colony. Some nests remain occupied and expanded for many years as new generations continue excavating deeper chambers. Longhorn beetles often begin life inside trees. Many longhorn beetles spend the larval stage hidden deep within tree trunks or fallen logs. After hatching from eggs laid beneath bark, the larvae tunnel through wood while feeding on plant tissues. Depending on the species, this stage may last several years before the fully developed beetle emerges through a perfectly round exit hole. Although some species attack weakened or recently dead trees, others help recycle decaying wood and return nutrients to forest soils. Their long antennae, which can exceed the length of their bodies, make adult longhorn beetles among the most distinctive insects found in forests around the world. Honeybees keep their hive remarkably clean. A healthy honeybee colony depends on excellent hygiene. Worker bees constantly remove dead insects, damaged wax, and other debris from inside the hive to reduce the risk of disease. If a small animal such as a mouse enters the hive and dies where it cannot be removed, the bees may coat the body with propolis, a sticky resin collected from tree buds. This natural seal helps prevent harmful microbes and unpleasant odors from spreading through the colony. These cleaning behaviors contribute to the health of thousands of bees living together in a crowded environment throughout the year. Walking leaves look almost exactly like real foliage. Walking leaf insects possess one of the most convincing camouflage adaptations in nature. Their flattened bodies resemble fresh green leaves complete with vein-like markings, irregular edges, and even spots that imitate insect damage or decay. When resting among vegetation, they become so difficult to detect that predators often overlook them entirely. Some species gently rock back and forth while walking, creating the illusion of a leaf moving in the breeze. This remarkable disguise protects them from birds, reptiles, and other predators while they slowly feed on leaves during the night. Bumblebees can fly in cool weather. Unlike many insects that become inactive when temperatures drop, bumblebees are capable of flying on cool mornings and in colder climates. They generate heat by rapidly vibrating their powerful flight muscles before takeoff, warming their bodies enough for sustained flight. Their dense covering of fine hairs also helps retain warmth while foraging. This ability allows bumblebees to pollinate flowers earlier in the day and at higher elevations where many other pollinating insects are less active. As a result, they play an essential role in the reproduction of numerous wild plants and agricultural crops. Water scorpions are not true scorpions. Despite their intimidating name, water scorpions are aquatic insects rather than relatives of true scorpions. They possess long breathing tubes extending from the end of the abdomen, allowing them to remain submerged while reaching the water's surface for air. These slow-moving predators wait patiently among aquatic plants before capturing small insects, tadpoles, and tiny fish with specialized grasping front legs. Their body shape and hunting strategy make them highly effective ambush predators. Although they can deliver a painful bite if handled, they are generally harmless to people when left undisturbed. Silk moths produce one of nature's strongest fibers. Silk moth caterpillars create protective cocoons by spinning a single continuous thread of silk around themselves before transforming into adults. This remarkable fiber is produced from specialized glands and hardens upon contact with air. A single cocoon may contain hundreds of meters of silk thread, which humans have harvested for thousands of years to produce luxurious fabrics. The strength, flexibility, and lightweight nature of silk continue to inspire scientists developing advanced materials for medicine, engineering, and technology. In nature, The cocoon provides excellent protection while the moth completes its transformation. Some ants can glide through the forest. Certain tree-dwelling ants possess the surprising ability to control their fall if they accidentally drop from branches. Instead of falling straight to the ground, they steer through the air by adjusting the position of their legs and abdomen. This controlled gliding allows many individuals to land safely on lower parts of the same tree, avoiding dangerous predators and reducing the energy required to climb back up. Although they cannot truly fly, these ants demonstrate that even wingless insects have evolved impressive methods for moving through complex forest environments. Scorpion flies receive their name from their appearance. Male scorpion flies are named for the curved tip of their abdomen, which resembles the tail of a scorpion. Despite this intimidating appearance, the curved structure contains reproductive organs rather than a stinger and poses no threat to humans. Many scorpion flies feed on dead insects, decaying plant material, nectar, or soft fruits. During courtship, males of some species offer females edible gifts, such as captured insects or droplets of saliva, which may increase their chances of successful mating. This unusual behavior has made scorpion flies an interesting subject for studies of insect evolution and reproduction. Tiger beetles are among the fastest-running insects. Tiger beetles are famous for their incredible speed while chasing prey across open ground. Relative to their body size, they rank among the fastest-running insects ever studied. Their large eyes provide excellent vision for detecting movement, while their long legs allow rapid acceleration. During particularly fast sprints, they may briefly outrun their own ability to process visual information and pause momentarily before continuing the chase. Tiger beetles primarily hunt ants, spiders, and other small invertebrates, making them important predators in sandy habitats, grasslands, and forest trails. Thrips can ride the wind across great distances. Thrips are tiny insects that measure only a few millimeters in length, yet they are capable of traveling remarkable distances by allowing the wind to carry them high into the atmosphere. Air currents may transport them hundreds of kilometers before they settle in new habitats. This ability helps thrips colonize isolated plants and agricultural fields surprisingly quickly. Although some species become crop pests by feeding on plant tissues, others contribute to pollination or feed on fungal spores. Their success demonstrates that even the smallest insects can disperse over vast geographic areas. Fungus gnats depend on moist forests. Fungus gnats are delicate flies commonly found in damp forests, caves, and other humid environments where fungi thrive. Their larvae feed primarily on fungi, decaying organic matter, or microscopic organisms living in moist soil. Adults are weak flyers and usually remain close to shaded habitats with abundant moisture. By feeding on decomposing materials, fungus gnats contribute to nutrient recycling and help maintain healthy forest ecosystems. In some caves, the glowing larvae of related species use sticky threads to capture flying insects attracted by their bioluminescent light. Rove beetles raise their abdomen like scorpions. Rove beetles have unusually short wing covers that leave much of their flexible abdomen exposed. When disturbed, many species raise the abdomen into the air in a posture resembling a scorpion preparing to sting. Although they cannot sting, this defensive display may discourage predators long enough for the beetle to escape. Rove beetles are active hunters that feed on fly larvae, mites, and numerous other small invertebrates living beneath leaves, logs, and stones. With tens of thousands of known species, they form one of the largest beetle families on Earth. Social bees divide work by age. In many bee colonies, workers perform different jobs as they grow older. Young bees usually remain inside the hive, where they clean cells, feed developing larvae, care for the queen, and build wax combs. As they mature, they transition to guarding the hive entrance before eventually becoming foragers that collect nectar, pollen, water, and plant resins outside. This gradual change in responsibilities allows the colony to use its workforce efficiently while protecting inexperienced bees from the greater risks found beyond the hive. Age-based division of labor is one of the key reasons honeybee colonies function so successfully. Giant water bugs hunt beneath the surface. Giant water bugs are among the largest aquatic insects and are powerful predators in ponds, marshes, and slow-moving streams. They wait patiently beneath the surface before seizing insects, tadpoles, small fish, and even tiny frogs with strong grasping front legs. Their piercing mouthparts inject digestive saliva into captured prey before the liquefied contents are consumed. Some species also display remarkable parental care, with males carrying eggs attached to their backs until they hatch. This behavior protects the eggs from predators while keeping them supplied with oxygen-rich water. Butterflies help scientists study climate change. Because butterflies respond quickly to changes in temperature, rainfall, and habitat conditions, scientists often monitor their populations to better understand environmental change. Shifts in butterfly migration, breeding seasons, or geographic distribution may indicate broader changes occurring within ecosystems. Some species are expanding into regions that were previously too cold, while others decline as suitable habitats disappear. Long-term butterfly surveys provide valuable information about biodiversity, ecosystem health, and the effects of climate change. Their sensitivity to environmental conditions makes butterflies important indicators for conservation research around the world. Insect exoskeletons are made of chitin. Instead of having internal skeletons like humans, insects are protected by a tough external covering known as an exoskeleton. Much of this structure is composed of chitin, a strong natural material that provides support while protecting internal organs from injury and water loss. The exoskeleton also serves as an attachment point for muscles, allowing insects to move efficiently despite their small size. Because this rigid covering cannot expand, insects must shed it periodically as they grow. Chitin is also found in other animals, including crustaceans and many fungi, making it one of nature's most widespread structural materials. Parasitic flies play important ecological roles. Several groups of flies have evolved parasitic or parasitoid lifestyles in which their larvae develop on or inside other animals, particularly insects. Although this may appear harsh, these relationships help regulate populations of many species that might otherwise become overly abundant. Some parasitic flies are so effective at controlling agricultural pests that they are intentionally introduced as part of biological pest management programs. Their life cycles are often highly specialized, with females locating suitable hosts using chemical signals, movement, or even the sounds produced by their targets. Insects shape nearly every ecosystem on Earth. From dense tropical rainforests to dry deserts and alpine meadows, insects influence nearly every environment on the planet. They pollinate flowering plants, decompose fallen leaves and dead animals, recycle nutrients into the soil, control populations of other organisms, and provide food for birds, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. Without insects, many ecosystems would function very differently, and countless plant and animal species would struggle to survive. Although they are often small and easily overlooked, insects perform some of the most important ecological services in nature, making them indispensable to the health and stability of life on Earth.